Hello, ladies and gents, welcome back to our live coverage here. Freedom in the chat. Don't make me do it. I'll do it. Either way, I'm Metis, again, joined by Spuddington and Rauben, and we are on to map number 2, which is going to be dust2. And a very interesting map at the end there, Spud. One that we thought may be over very quickly, but HellRaisers, they dug in deep and they took us right to the 30th round.
Yeah, it's not as surprising as it would look like either, actually, having looked at not too far in the past. I believe there was a match in the ESL, ESEA league. Pasha, by the way, is going to be trying for the headshots and will eventually find one onto Dosia and Tez got one onto Mao.
It's not live.
Is it? Wait, is it?
It's not
live. Shut up! Okay, back smoothly to the color point that I was making. I was like, wait, didn't that start a bit quick? Oh, whatever. He's trying very hard for those headshots. It must be real.
Can we get a Spud Scrub in chat, please?
No.
Spud Scrub in chat, thank you.
No.
There's 9 people on the server, there's only 4
Yeah, but they weren't even
side.
respawning, so it's not like warm-up. And I was like, it doesn't, you know. Guys, he's bullying me.
It's okay. It's endearing.
Me.
We do have 10 players on now, so we are going to be restarting into the pistol. I believe. I don't think we missed the knife round. Wait, we did miss the knife round.
No, we saw the knife round.
We did. Yes, I'm special.
No, but not on stream.
Good. There we go. Spud Scrub. It's beautiful in chat.
Oh my god, they're quite enjoying that. I subscriber emote. Am I famous now?
You must be.
I think I must be. It's coming. This is my moment. This is my moment in the
Now,
sun.
Spud. Let's rewind.
Okay.
There's
right.
a pistol round.
Is this the real? Is this the game?
It is. It's real life. Go for it.
It is. Angel got the first kill. Kucha got the second kill. It's all going well, except now it sort of isn't, because Virtus.pro just took complete control of B site with almost no effort at all, getting themselves a kill on the way in. And I'm not sure if I'd fancy retaking B, even in a 4-on-3. It's a damn tricky thing to do, although, there we go, getting a first kill there from Mao will set them up very nicely. And now Taz is the only man left standing, and he needs a bit of a heroic play here if he wants to be the man of the hour. And a bullet to the head is going to say the hour is over. And they can't find the bomb.
It's a very rough site to retake if the smokes and flashes, but in pistol rounds, it's, you know, HellRaisers had the upper hand. They have USPs as well, which are just ridiculous pistols right here in the game as it currently sits. So I understand why Virtus.pro couldn't hold on, but they do get the bomb plant. Now, a lot of teams will just save this round and they'll go for AKs in the third. And that seems to be what VP are going for. P250 buys with a smoke. I like this. It allows them to go for the AKs, the power play in round number 3. But with the utility they have and the P250s, if they could burst through onto a site, they could definitely still get at least a bomb plant down. HellRaisers, they still have to dig in deep here.
Have you ever played matchmaking? Because, you know, I was thinking it was going to be very matchmaking for a second there, with everybody running over towards B site. But it seems we've gone from silver matchmaking to Master Guardian matchmaking now. We've instead of run straight onto B, we're now going mid. It's still not really the best odds, though, unfortunately. And looks like, well, the Angel didn't get the kill there, but still looks like Virtus.pro getting re-bottled up here, and that's going to make it pretty difficult for them to find the close range fight they want.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. But VP now are looking to stack towards B, albeit with Snacks only on 15 HP. They do have an MP9 in the hands of Neo, which could prove to be a pretty big feature, but remember, aim punch is a very real thing here for the terrorist. It's going to be rough for him to hold onto these bullets and put them in the forehead down range. Smoke has cleared, but there is another one in the hands of Taz. However, here we go. This is the fluidity I was talking about on the T side. dust2 is certainly a map that supports this as well. You can quickly navigate from tunnels back towards mid, through short. You can even go back to long A if you want to. But it seems to be the mid push was in effect, and Snacks, the player on 15 HP, has been put 6 foot under. So HellRaisers, although they did have a pretty rocky start to this round, are in good shape now. Here comes Neo taking point with the MP9. He's been finished off with the cross. It was Mao that got the final bullet into him. And now they know where the last 2 Virtus.pro players are, and they have been lined up and knocked down. HellRaisers just lose the one weapon and take it 2-0.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves there because, of course, Cobblestone, they did not have that much luck with their second round against the buy-up from Virtus.pro. Of course, P250s aren't quite the same impact as the Force buy, and that's just the nature of Dust2. I agree with you in that I wouldn't personally, if I was a shot caller, which thank God for the love of every team on earth that I'm not, but I personally also like that they're not going for force by closer ranged weapons Not so great on dust. With Basher. There just pops up, says hi, and he's going to find himself one kill. Will he find a second there? Yes, but apparently both of the two players from HellRaisers that were sat there stacked up on door just couldn't find him. I'm actually... Was the angle just that badly wrong there?
I didn't quite catch it personally. I was watching elsewhere.
Because they were both literally stacked on the mid doors and Pasha was on Xbox. And they didn't want to peek out and go for him, I guess.
Maybe they're just worrying that there's a couple more players stacked around catwalk and mid, and they could be walking into a trap. But I'm not entirely sure. I didn't catch it myself. Sounds pretty interesting, though. But now Mao, I mean, to take us back into the present, Mao's in a 1v2 with only 13 HP, and this is a round that HellRaisers, if they won this, they'd be in great shape. You know, VP would probably be back on a force, maybe even an eco. But VP have won it, and they survive with 2 players with AK-47s. That's a huge round for them. And HellRaisers can go back to the drawing board and buy in this round, but you can see Dozzy's only on $1,400, so they have a big decision to make here.
Well, what are they going to go for? It looks like it's going to be the... looks like it's going to be the E, he says, saving his words until he can't possibly be wrong. And it's going to be the eco round. We have got the pistols here. Most likely that means forfeiture of this round. We'll see if they can get the kills here, though. Bialy does go down. The HellRaisers not going to be too unhappy with the way that's gone for them, but with the short push coming in, I don't really see how HellRaisers turns this around, especially not with Angel getting taken out of the picture.
Adren, very, very good player. Very good with the CZ, but 4 players, nah. There's no chance he's got this. The best case scenario is he gets a kill and maybe saves a weapon. And that was the best case scenario, and it's suddenly... is too far gone for HellRaisers. But with that save, the correct decision for me, they are able to get themselves an AWP on the board in the hands of Mao. Of course, AWPing CT side of dust2, it's just essential, really. It's not too unheard of to see 2 or maybe even 3 long-range weapons, AWPs and the auto sniper thrown in for good measure on the CT side. That may be something that we see as we go further down the line. Either way, 2-2. HellRaisers have to hold on. Stacking 3 players on long, and there is Snacks with the AWP. Had a great spawn for it. And he gets the entry pick and breaks the deadlock with still a minute 30 to play with.
Yeah, there we go. And with that, there is that little smoke there that we just saw onto B. I do like that because that means he can afford to commit. Their team can afford to commit most of their players over to A, but we'll see if they can actually hold it regardless because in comes Virtus Pro. Pasha has not found much so far. Bialy, however, he is making some work happen and 2 kills gone down in quick succession. This likely leaves Adren in a very, very awkward spot. Especially considering his angle approach, if that's what he's planning on doing, is very heavily covered. But personally, I'd save.
Agreed. I think save is the only real choice here for Adren. No defuse kit, no smokes, nothing for him to just push through onto the site. And this M4 is going to be pretty massive for them, considering that they have lost. But now he goes peeking on long doors. And now, I said about double AWPs, maybe even triple AWP or auto sniper on CT side. It's very, very much a real possibility on T as well. They do pick up that second AWP, so Pasha and Snacks both have one. And we already saw Snacks in the last round get that quick peek on long. The thing is, though, I said this before, that Neo can even use an AWP. So it's a case, really, that VP, they can base this purely off spawns.
Yep. Well, at the moment, this round should be pretty much a doddle for them because it's Angel is the only one with anything to work with here, and he's got that deagle. Well, you never know. The possibility is always there, but it's a brave spot to be sat right there. He's going to be trying to out-snipe the AWP. Get that. That would be quite impressive, but it's not to be this time. And that will signal the push incoming, most likely. Tough times abound for Adrian and the rest of his team. Virtus Pro getting cut down. I do like that. But I want to just mention, this is a game with Pasha in it. So it's possible we'll go full, I don't even know what rank this would be matchmaking. Rather than Silver or Master Guardian. And we hit the point where it's just like 5 AM with a bunch of Russians. And you have 4 AWPs and an auto sniper. I'm hoping. You never know.
What did that
I've literally had that before.
Oh man, what rank are you now? I can't remember.
I'm MGE now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because Meta's he may not have blown his own trumpet, but he hit global recently. So that may have been mentioned once or twice in personal conversations.
Oh man. Well, that random comment aside, VP have taken the 4-2 lead on their T side. People asking in chat what sided map is it CT or T? It's very tough to call. I think it's pretty even overall. I'd probably just edge ahead with CTs, but terrorists can definitely rack up a bunch of rounds as well. It depends on the teams. VP have shown quite often in the not so distant past that they're able to rack up a lot of rounds against some of the better teams, like TSM for example. Again, that was the last game they played and they wrecked them. So Mao now is going to open things off nicely with a double kill. Only drops 35 HP himself. Great start for HellRaisers. That will funnel the T's into a pretty precarious position.
It will. We'll see if they can actually get anything done here. They have got one man going through mid right now. Neo is going to be looking out, see if he can get someone out, but we'll only find a little bit of empty space and a bullet to the back for his troubles. Now, you see, they're all laughing at me for being MGE, right? But you see, my role here is to say the stupid stuff, and then you're like, nah, actually, that's not how it works. See?
We've got an interesting style. It's like Laurel and Hardy. Let's go. That's probably lost on most people in chat.
That was a surprising reference. I was not expecting you to make that reference.
Yeah, I love me some Laurel and Hardy. Brilliant. Old school.
Not
VP!
I've never actually seen it.
I'm done with you. I'm actually done with you. HellRaisers have picked up a round. That was pretty much just out and mouse. Fantastic AWPing through mid. VP did kind of gift themselves, though, both single peeking him, and, well, that's an AWP's dream scenario, really. Neo now pushing up on short. Gets a flashbang to the face. Kutcher's still there. Has spotted a couple heads. That's the first one to fall. Looking for a second frag as well, but he's all by his lonesome. And he's been picked up as well. Dozier, on long, was not able to help his teammate out, instead opting for the more passive play, which does reap the rewards of that frag onto Bialy. But VP will get this bomb planted. The retake in effect, and they have a Molotov and a smoke. But they've got peeked by Neo. What a fantastic time peek that was. He's gone in for seconds. He's just tapping away to his heart's content. Gets a second kill. This is around the CTs would have fancied themselves to pick up.
Yep, and now it's pretty much out of their reach, and I think Angel is going to just live and accept that fact. He's going to lay fairly far back now, may actually get himself a kill in return. Neo not able to keep that train of momentum going, but he's not really going to complain about that. Angel still has to try and keep himself alive if he wants to hold on to that M4. Should be able to do so in this case. You know it's safe over there, because there was a bomb there a second ago.
Well, VP, they're starting in the same form that saw them just about edge ahead on Cobblestone, which seems weird because it finished 16-14. But at one point, HellRaisers were just racking up the rounds. I think they got like 8 rounds in a row, something like that, on the CT side. And it was looking like HellRaisers were going to finally get that momentum on Cobblestone. Didn't quite pay off, and now VP are looking very good. HellRaisers with the double boost on short, but it's going to be the B push. They do get the opening frag, but because of that smoke, they can't afford to go through on the off chance that it was stacked. Here we go now with some flashes in. It's going to be Snacks who pushes in first, but VP waiting for these smokes to clear. The issue there is that Angel's pushed in, and the CTs very, very smartly do not over-rotate. They just have one player B. I think VP are assuming that we're going to have 2 or 3 players B, but that's not the case.
Yeah, if they'd only known what the actual distribution was, but sort of mind-gamed themselves there, Virtus Pro couldn't have had the information, and they're getting punished pretty hard for it now. They're getting caught out across the board. We've seen 3 kills go down, quick fire style, and now it's Neo left trying to avoid the 86. As Angel will be... I'm not sure if he meant to put the bomb up there or not, but regardless, Angel will be keeping himself alive, and Mao will be picking up that last kill.
Yeah, good solid round for HellRaisers. Virtus Pro can afford to get a couple weapons across there because Pasha had about $9,000. So without him being the sugar daddy, they wouldn't have had these AK-47s, that's for sure, with the CZ. But instead it is another buy-up round from VP. Can Pasha use that? Oh, Angel peeks it and doesn't get punished. I'm very surprised at that, and Pasha gets tagged down to 25. Wow. I am still kind of amazed, and wow, it's suddenly just turning all in the CT's favour. They've lost Angel, who was the aggressive push through B tunnels, but Mao's done his job in mid. 4v2, but it's Pro with it all to do now.
Yeah, they were so shocked by that push that they've ended up getting completely thrown off. Possibly. I think there may have been an actually mistimed pop flash there. Not sure. Can't look at the replay though. Such is life. Bialy sprays down Kucha. Looks like Virtus Pro have managed to get themselves positioning for the site. We'll see if they can actually hold onto it, and the key factor is going to come very much now. Neo versus Dosia. Can he get it? No, he can't. Two-manned. And now it's down to Bialy. He's the last man standing. 2 angles. 3 people. Pop up. I don't know if he saw him or not, but he's got the thing, and that most likely means the end for Bialy. Will be it. 10 seconds into the future, we shall hear the most beloved sound.
unless you happen to be a VP fan, and then it's the worst sound ever.
Nah, you just see it's always nice. It's more tense that way. I like rounds that end with bomb defuses, because that means that it wasn't just like the terrorists ran in and all died. That's always a bit depressing.
True. Or I guess they all ran in and wrecked the CTs, which is also possible, especially when you consider that VP's aggression has came up a few times, and now they are going to be on an upgrade. It's not a full-on force because they do have enough to buy up next round, but it is going to be a few upgraded pistols with a couple of Kevlars and smokes thrown in for good measure. Again, Kutcher just pushing through short. Doesn't lose any HP for his troubles. He's going to go back in for seconds, and Snacks, well, lives up to his name. Kutcher has somewhat quenched that thirst now. And HellRaisers, I mean, they've looked pretty good in these last couple rounds, honestly. They started really rough. They were 4-2 behind, but they have steered back onto course. And could very well get that momentum in their favour and get the 10-5 half. It's unlikely that they'll pick up the rest of these rounds, but they're in such a good position compared to just a few moments prior.
Nice shot there from Mao. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Both these teams definitely were doing a lot better for themselves on CT side of Cobblestone, but that's just a more heavily CT-sided map, so it's hard to compare at this point how this is going to go once we switch to the other half, because normally 6-5 really isn't that great of a scoreline, but it looks to me, and you know, this is the part where Virtus Pro just runs over them and proves me wrong, but it looks to me like HellRaisers have just started to find their footing now, and I could easily see them winning all the rest of the rounds in this half.
Same. I feel this is a very, very close map, you know, very even map at the top level of play. It's difficult to call, but still, there's one thing that remains consistent about dust2. If you can mind game the CTs and force them to over-rotate, the rounds are there. You know, you are going to be able to just exploit that to the utmost extent. And what HellRaisers have done very well so far on the CT side is their rotations have been on point. They haven't over-rotated. I'm going back to that Angel play on B. Look at this, though, from VP. 2 players from CTs go down tunnels. And again, HellRaisers doing a great job of just keeping the terrorists off guard. You know, they haven't pushed down the top of the tunnels yet towards bottom. They've done the reverse. And VP get completely caught from that play. Beautiful from the HellRaisers, I've got to say. Massive kudos to them.
The worst feeling in the world when you just pull out your knife as you go round the corner. You're like, oh, I'm safe. They can't shoot me through mid. Oh, turns out they were in lower tunnel all along. But that was very, very nice. Quite an aggressive push to make it happen, but definitely works out for them. And it forces Virtus Pro once again onto the pistols. Has just bought dualies and then dropped them on the floor, so I'm thinking that might have been a misclick. Nice deagle though.
Yeah, nice one dig. But there's Mao again, who is just constantly getting the frag. 16 for 7 right now is Mao. And Angel also pulling his weight, 15 for 5. These two guys have really been the captains of that ship, and VP have lost another round. It wasn't eco, expected at the end of the day. But HellRaisers, they're in much better shape now. And now I've got to say, the pressure's starting to mount on VP. Because they were 4-2 ahead, and then they were 5-3 ahead on their T side, and things were looking great. Now, not so much. And if they go 10-5 behind on the first half, and then HellRaisers win the pistol, VP have so much work to do.
They really, really do. And this is almost the pattern I was expecting to see from HellRaisers in the first map. Oh, wow, that's an aggressive move out there by Snacks. Will catch out Angel as he goes through mid. So they definitely called that was the likely move. So an opportunity perhaps here, presenting itself for Virtus Pro. Looks like the play, whatever it is going to be based around short. They are hopping up and my camera is lost in the fumes. Doesn't look like anyone's actually going to stop them if they want to go for the A push, but of course it does leave you pretty exposed if you've only got control of short.
The GoTV camera is just like just Gaben things. You never quite understand what's going on with it, but regardless, HellRaisers with that first loss. Again, they're playing this very smart. 2 players on A, 1 mid, 1 B. That gives them the best chance at fending off this push. But VP, they're playing it slow, and they are baiting towards long. You see those flashbangs going over. The CTs, however, are not falling for this. They're happy enough to just stack on the site, and here we go. VP now, with the bomb in Neo's hands, driving through mid. That's into the crosshairs of Kutcher. He's backed himself 2 frags out of nowhere and lives to fight for another day. He goes back in for seconds and gets the P250 shot onto Pasha. He wasn't even aiming for him. But because Pasha was just behind with low HP, he gets cleaned up. And just like that, Bjarli is the last player remaining. So the strats were looking good for the terrorists. They were baiting and poking and probing CTs. The HellRaisers were having none of it.
That's always the peril. If you've got players like that on HellRaisers that can just go off, that can just absolutely wreck your whole team, then the risk of exposing yourself in a situation like that, gotta wonder if it's even worth being clever. That's the thing. They had the numbers advantage going in for that A push. They maybe didn't have the information to know for certain, but I don't know, man. We'll see, though. Kucha going very, very aggressive this time. Is going to get grenaded by his own team there, I think. And we'll see if he can get Taz.
Look at the aggression, though, from HellRaisers. It's unbelievable. Like, the timing. Look at this boost. Snacks was taking the elevator all the way to A site, but Tozzy is there to cut the cords. And Snacks comes crashing down. Virtus Pro also could follow suit because they've taken so much damage on long. They've been spotted. The bomb's there. It's dropped. And it's all on Pasha. He's got 22 HP. The guy is known for having crazy clutches in his back pocket, but I think this may be a bridge too far for him. Molotov not quite perfectly placed, but that flashbang will keep Pasha at bay for now. And there we go. Angel seals it up. So 10-5. Again, HellRaisers get 7 rounds in a row to wrap up that half. Unbelievable from them. What a hold.
Yeah, it's this deadlock. It's like a terrier grabbing onto something. It's never going to let go, but it's going to sort of, I mean, everything resets, of course, now. We did see this pretty much in the last game. HellRaisers on the other map, Cobblestone there, were unable to get anything going on their T side, really, and that's why we ended up with the 12-3. I doubt it'll be anything quite as extreme just because of the map here, but they can't afford to let Virtus Pro do to them what they have just done to Virtus Pro.
Absolutely. They have to take this game by the scruff of its neck and go for the jugular, because VP won the first map, if you have just joined us, Cobblestone. All the pressure's on HellRaisers. That first half would have done a lot to calm them down. It would have done a lot to get that adrenaline surging through the veins and pushing forward as one. VP with a fairly aggressive defense. Pasha through onto long doors. He's trying to scout out this information. He pretty much does this because the decoy's landed. And it's not too often that you put a decoy down and then you refake it and go through the decoy. Taz has just spotted a bunch of players, heard loads of noise. He knows it's B. It gets the fadeaway headshot onto Adren. What a frag that was. And a second to add to the mix. And a third as well. Even though he doesn't pick up the fourth, it doesn't matter because he's bought enough time for the Pulse to come back in. Unbelievable play. VP do get that pistol. That's just what they wanted.
Yeah, he's absolutely decimated them there. And you can see, it looks, well, Taz is just building up now towards that, gone for the M4. So he's sitting in for the long haul, doesn't want to risk losing that gun. We'll see where he goes with it. But yeah, doubt he's going to need to be in too much trouble here. HellRaisers is going to go with the Glocks. So here comes the charge of the Light Brigade. Actually not going to go down into the smoke-infested tunnel. We'll be forced to back off for the time being, but very dangerous warning sign there for HellRaisers to lose the pistol round. Not a lot you can do sometimes with situations like that occurring, and incredible headshots just sort of happening to you, but you don't want to start losing too many rounds in a row. I'll see if they can do anything here to get some fun.
That's the dream right now, jumping through. It's Taz again, holding firm. He's definitely a player that when he's feeling it, he will just go crazy. And maybe this is the moment that he wakes up. The bomb will not be planted, and the CTs mop it up. And I got to say as well, going back to Taz, if he doesn't land that first headshot and the second one, the chances are that HellRaisers would have burst onto the site, got that bomb planted, and minimum they would have had AKs and like a pretty strong buy-up in this round now, because they wouldn't have forced in the last one. So you can't understate how fantastic that was from Taz. It was unbelievable play to start off with for him to land all those headshots, but secondly, it was a pressure play. He knows that if he doesn't land those, the chances are HellRaisers are walking towards that third map.
Well, for the time being, it's going to be Virtus Pro looking to capitalize, and they've certainly got the edge if they're going to be playing this long-ranged style. Still see the two MP7s here, though, on Virtus Pro. The only holding one up near long doors. We'll see if he can stymie Kucha coming through. Definitely looks like HellRaisers are seemingly not quite willing to pull the trigger just yet. They're waiting until the last second to get everybody in position. Then I think we're going to see them go.
Yeah, it's the pop flashes into the full push. It could be that man, Bialy, who's the determining factor here. If they don't check the corner, he could really punish them. The issue now is that even if he does get these frags, the majority of HellRaisers are pushing on short. And Taz, again, is just claiming headshots left, right, and center. He has been put down, which takes us into a 2v2. But now Snacks around the back with that MP7. Does do considerable damage to Dozier, but won't pick up the frag. And that's one reason why a lot of teams will drop that MP7 and go for the assault rifle. Because if Snacks has the M4... I feel that's lights out for HellRaisers, but the bomb's been planted. Neo coming through long. Has been heard from Mao. There's Snacks with a headshot onto Dozier in the meanwhile, so all they have to do really is wait for him to get into close enough proximity for them to shut down Mao on long. Mao just has to buy up time. Neither of these players have defuse kits. He knows he's been forced down and will get picked off. Is there enough time, though, to defuse this bomb? It's going to be very close, but I think Snacks just about has it.
Yeah, I think he's got that, and regardless, Neo's going to peace out. Leave him to leave him to it. But yeah, it's all fine as long as the defuse sound comes in. You are Gucci. So definitely Virtus.pro starting to build up ahead of Steam now. HellRaisers, they've got to break this. They must break this momentum now, or I feel like they're almost out of it already.
I feel like VP still have a long way to go, but I get where you're coming from. I think HellRaisers, if they lose this, they're on eco, and then VP have just started to build up that steam once more. Look at that!
That's a good way of doing it.
Rushes through on short with a Tech 9, no problem. See you later. Mops them up with ease, and that will probably be a bomb plant as well, just from that one explosion through short. That glimmer of brilliance, but now Snacks and the rest of VP all coming up CT spawn. This is a bit maybe unexpected from the T's perspective. They're expecting someone to maybe come up short, and in doing so, the boost up elevator will come in from VP, and with that smoke, it's really rough for Kutcher to clutch this one, and he's been picked off. Valiant attempt, but VP do have it in the bag.
That bomb had to get that first kill.
Yeah, that first kill was crucial.
But unfortunately for him there. Now, this isn't... So this is a random thing, a Just Gaben thing, right? I can't see Snacks' gun.
This does happen now and again. What do you mean, like you can't see it on the left-hand side to know which gun he has, or you just from his perspective?
I literally can't see what he's holding.
Right, yeah,
everybody
else
else
is
fine. Okay,
that does happen from time to time. Again, Just Gaben things.
Yeah,
Hashtag
cool.
it.
No problems. No problems. But anyway, yeah, definitely HellRaisers still not able to make... Even when they're getting good starts to their rounds, they don't seem to be able to close them out like they... Well, to be fair, they couldn't really close them out on Cobblestone either, so maybe that's becoming a recurring theme here. But for the time being, it looks like Virtus.pro are going to make their push out through tunnel, and Dozier is going to say thanks, but no thanks. I'm out for the time being. Set up for another day, and oh my lord, is he going to get them? Is he going to get them? Yes, he is! Neo looked away at the last possible second, although Snacks will get that one kill. It's turning into a bit of a brawl here, as people are coming in from all different directions.
A throw-in down. Oh, Mao had a chance. They lined up for him, but Adren gets the return kill. It's a pretty crucial part of playing T-sides. The even trades work in T-side favour. And now Kutcher from long. That flashbang was beautiful. Taz could not see anything. And that could have just bought the golden ticket for HellRaisers. Smoke down on short. Doesn't matter. Snacks is coming up from CT spawn. Adren planting behind the site, so it's not going to be for long. He's being tagged up. The jump shots from Snacks drop him to 2 HP. That grenade has Kobe all over it. And Adren scores the 3 points from downtown. Thank you very much. HellRaisers 11-9. But that was too close for comfort once more.
Look, I don't say this often about other men, but I admire his balls for just sitting there, holding the grenade, and just being like, he can't kill me. He can't kill me. He's going to run out of bullets before he kills me. And just about being proven right there, holding the grenade. But, and then, of course, the grenade that wins them the round very nicely indeed there. But that was close.
So, for the second time today, can we get a Spud Scrub in chat? Thank you very much. Nice headshot from Angel.
Hey, that was totally deliberate.
It was. That time it was. I'll give you that. But look at this. Speaking of deliberate, HellRaisers, I mean, I said they need to go for the juggler. They need this ruthless aggression. That's exactly what just happened, and you can see the confidence in them now in the 21st round, 12-9. And VP, they do have enough to just about scrape together a buy, but it's going to be with no defuse kits. Unless Pasha buys one for his team, which I'm doubting. I think he'll probably just go for the FAMAS, right? Yeah, there we go, FAMAS with grenades. So no defuse kit.
No kits, it's fine. It's fine. Kill the enemy and you don't need a defuse kit. And Taz is going to start them off pretty well with that one, so all going according to plan thus far. He's still out very far forward with no support at all though, so getting one and trading one, not really ideal for the CTs in this scenario. They are obviously going to lose out just because it's harder to appropriately rotate your players around.
Very delicate of you. That was beautiful. Loved it.
I was trying to think of a way of phrasing it that was less than that many syllables, but I just couldn't think of a good way of saying it.
Sometimes you have to go for the syllables, dude. You just have to jump right in. And HellRaisers this round, after going super aggressive, they've slowed it down. This is allowing VP to get a lot of information through short, but they're just lining up for HellRaisers. And again, they're on the receiving end of a battering in this round. 3-2 advantage to HellRaisers, and they are taking the bomb towards A. Very unfortunate timing from, I think that was Neo, who just got into tunnels to see the player scampering away up short. His teammate's just been picked up, so it's all on Neo. He's coming short. He could get this frag onto Dozier after the bomb's planted, but he's just dropped right into the crosshairs of Angel. 13-9. 25 for 11 is Angel. 21 for 12 is Kutcher, and 19 for 13 for HellRaisers. These three guys are just battering VP.
I did like the fact that Neo jumped down there at the end. It does show that there was some communication going on in Virtus Pro, because he could have moved in theory, but it was actually called earlier on. You'd see him there, but you're never going to be in good shape if you're having to jump into the enemy like that. And now it's up to Neo with the 1D. Can he get a second? Not so far, but he's had time to reset his aim, and he will get that. So Neo is doing a remarkably good job of holding this off, and they've just been giving him exactly what he wants, just coming in one at a time, but not actually really pushing, trying to trade the shots.
As soon as they got that first 1D, they should have backed off or just full-on aggressed through there. And not just hiding in here is not going to pay off. It allows VP now to rotate around the side. And I feel that HellRaisers missed a trick. I really do. And this was it wasn't even a full buy. This was just Deagles with some P250s. Fantastic round for VP. If they can win this is massive for them. I was going to say HellRaisers could start to take away with this game, but this could be the moment where VP just bring them back into their punching range. And there we go, Bialy with a double spray down. They keep 3 weapons, including an AWP. VP's economy just spiraled out of control. And now HellRaisers, they can buy back up again, but this is a massive round for both teams.
Yeah, we've been talking about who's been performing on HellRaisers, but I've got to say Bialy, for me, has definitely been Virtus Pro's man so far. In both of the maps, he's really come out when it matters the most, and he's been pretty reliable for them. So, time being, like, HellRaisers are going to have to, once again, try and build up some momentum, because they definitely, as you say, just lost a lot of it, and this is not the best way to carry on. Pasha just picks up Angel running through the smoke. Just incorrectly reading, I guess, what was going to happen, and Nax picks up another to return fire, so there's some back and forth here, but it's all Virtus Pro's way.
It's a good start to this round, and there's still a lot of time to play with. Both teams still have grenades as well, so I'm not going to completely write them out this round just yet, but it's definitely not looking good. That is a nice little bit of recovery, though, from Kutcher getting the frag. And now VP will be pushing round Neo through tunnels. While the terrorists expecting this, is their spidey sense tingling? It was tingling from Dozzy, and it's back to 2-on-2 scenario. The bomb is also going towards B, and if he just rushes straight onto site, it's his. He's gone for the bait, though. But look at Bialy, he's coming up tunnels. Dozzy can hear it. He should get his kill, and he gets the headshot, and suddenly from a 4-on-2 to a 2-on-1 at a terrible time.
Pasha! For
the CTs to capitulate, and it's 14-10. VP, what were you doing?
We're playing the game of throws right now, and it does seem really strange that they could get that, but an incredible little comeback in that round there for HellRaisers means that now Virtus Pro basically are on a do or die here with a half buy. They've got two players there with 5-7s, and No armor on Neo, a few grenades lacking. All HellRaisers need is this one, and they not only get that, but they break the economy. They're on 15. So all they'd have to do is eco bash to win. See if they can actually manage to lock this one down, though. This is definitely Virtus.pro's best chance, but it's going very, very heavily against them as Angel, Kucha, and another one have all taken kills. Dosia will go down in return, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Neo has to be the hero, and it's not going to be happening this time. He's still Mr. Anderson. I think Bialy is pretty unlikely to be able to 4v1 this, so it's just going to be the save.
Yeah, I can understand this play from Bialy. You know, he desperately wants to go in and try and be the hero, but the fact of the matter is, the economy's terrible, as you mentioned at the start of this round for VP, and they can't afford to throw this M4 away. Plus all the grenades as well. I mean, he's got a full kit right there, as Bialy. That's $6,000-$7,000 worth of equipment. So, 6-7. What am I talking about? 5 to 6. So VP need to save that going through to the next round. There's what's going to happen. You know, HellRaisers could potentially get a frag here in the form of Angel, but he does walk right into Bialy. And that will be all she wrote for round 25. 15 to 10 for HellRaisers. We saw VP rack up a lot of rounds on CT side of Cobblestone. Can they rinse and repeat here? It's going to have to start from a real force buy, a mixed bag of weaponry, a scout on Pasha, 5-7s on Neo, and Taz and Snacks is going to be in a similar position as well. He goes for the scout, actually. So, man, it's going to have to be a hell of a comeback.
They are so far up against it that they are practically looking up a mountain. So, Virtus.pro, well, if they can get the first kill, that's definitely a good way to start them off. That grenade does look not quite good enough, apparently. But, time being, we'll see if they can get anything done. Not looking so great for them, though, as HellRaisers are starting to enclose them and get that pressure down. They're going to make some moves out on mid, get themselves a kill on the retreat. And another kill there onto Bialy, meaning this is looking like it should be the end. Neo and Snacks have to pull out the clutch of a lifetime, and I just don't see it happening, especially if Snacks can't get this one. Angel will be that, and, well, Neo, now, if any, is the time to start seeing bullets and dodging them.
I was going to say, that's to channel that scene out of, what is it, The Matrix 2, in the little street where he's fighting all the Agent Smiths, but it didn't happen. I couldn't even say that. He got wrecked from behind. 16-10 to HellRaisers. What a performance. And we will be moving through to the third map of Overpass. I said